What's going on, my brethren? What's going on?
What's good, people?
Nothing, man. We live out here, broadcasting live on YouTube. Tree Brothers, Tree the Hard Way. You know what I'm saying? It's your man Jay Free IC. Going into everybody, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the people real quick. Nobody, we ain't got no viewers yet. Got one viewer.
All right, it's your boy, Pearl Master Easy, man. Pearl Master Nation, just trying to spread that positivity, spread that love, knowledge, and peace, man. That's it. Just trying to build. That's it.
Your boy Pearl Master J. Hey, Pearl Master Nation. Hey, we saluting out here. Letting people know, hey, these pharmaceuticals, it ain't where it's at. You know, you gotta be conscious with this smoke, and we just trying to make everybody aware. You know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, we just kicking it today. This is just a build session, and we the title, y'all, we talking about, is it a conspiracy? Is it really a conspiracy going on out here in the world? You know what I'm saying? Like, so many people use the term conspiracy theories. Go ahead, give me y'all thoughts on it real quick, and then I'll tighten up.
All right.
What you think? I mean, is it what you feel about somebody saying it's a conspiracy? Like, how do you feel about a conspiracy, and what's your thoughts regards to people saying whether it is or it ain't? You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. As far as my thoughts, my personal opinion on conspiracy, the word is just another word as all these other words is made up. You know what I'm saying? It's another word put in place to make people that think outside the box feel, you know what I'm saying, like they should be in a box, or like you shouldn't think like that. That's why they put that word right in front of theory, because theory itself is its own word. But if you put that conspiracy in front of it, they look at you like you crazy because you thinking outside of what the normal way is. And with that title right there, people automatically, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna reject it. They're gonna reject any type of knowledge. If they just say, for instance, if you give a person an event and they Google it, and conspiracy theory pop up, and that's in the main website line, that people gonna be like, oh, I don't know about that. That's probably some old lies or something like that. So that's how I feel about it. But hey,
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, I put my 2 cents in. I can put my little 2 cents in.
Yeah, I'm waiting on you.
Okay, hey, to me, conspiracy, that's just another word for a person that's telling the truth. You conscious, right. you conscious, you aware, and this individual that's conscious and aware is going to get the truth out about what's been going on for so many years, what we've been getting away with, and that's how they got to put that title on you, to basically put you in a title of crazy. So right. That's my input on it.
Right. Well, I like both of you brothers' input. I kind of agree with it. The one thing I like was, like you say, perception, everything, man. And so when you hit on the main word theory, that's the thing people forget about. And so my whole take on the whole conspiracy theory idea is simple. When you have a theory, what is a theory, man? And the scientific process says that we take a theory, we create scientific fact and evidence by hypothesizing first. So we take a thought or an idea, and then we go through the scientific method, you know what I'm saying? Which means we test the idea through a process, and then after we test it, we go through the process in time, then we'll reveal what the result is, and we'll come to a conclusion, and that's the scientific method to where we come to discover whether it's factual evidence. Is that correct? So what they call conspiracy theory, to me, that would be fine, you know what I'm saying, 100 years ago, 50 years ago. But now what they call in theory have been evidenced to be fact. It ain't theory no more. You see what I'm saying? Now you can we in the age of information. So ignorance is a choice, just like knowledge is a choice. You choosing to be dumb if you walk around with a telephone, which is a computer in your hand all day, and you ain't choosing to take the time to you know what I'm saying, just Google and look up some information for real, instead of trying to figure out the stats to the game or the score or what's going on Love and Hip Hop. You know what I'm saying? You trying to figure out all of that instead of figuring out what's really going on out here. So the theory part, you know what I'm saying, has been erased, because now you can watch a video like Hidden Colors and see all of the lies that's done going on. Now you can see where 20 or 30 years ago somebody might have said an issue that plagued the black community was being, you know, propagated by a group. You know what I'm saying? But now, because it's 20 or 30 years later, it's just like the 911 theory. Everybody said that Bush knocked down the towers. But now here we is, you know what I'm saying, 15 plus years later, it's been proven that it was a conspiracy behind it. You know what I'm saying? Just like it's been proven that Martin Luther King assassination wasn't done the way that they told us it was. Just like JFK. So the word theory to me is irrelevant, because the real reality of the whole thing is the fact that now we got people that's playing a blind eye and being ignorant to truth that's right in front of them. Like we said, man, we in the penitentiary and you can show people the bars. They looking at the bars but still don't want to get free. They just want you to be comfortable being locked up.
Exactly, bro. Cause y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cause I don't know what happened to the internet connection. They had kicked me out. I had to kick back. I had to get back in.
You good now?
Got you.
But yeah, I don't even know y'all was
But when look, I got this book, man, The Synagogue of Satan. The book, The Synagogue of Satan. Like I was explaining, you just got to get the book. It's deep, man. It's a chronological timepiece which breaks down and shows that are connected through the conspiracy and how it ties back. It dates. It's a chronological order. I'm gonna be real with you, and it say in the name of Yahweh. You see what I'm saying? But the book dates back to. The book don't date back, but it starts it go back to the year 1066, 1215. You see what I'm saying? No, 740. It goes back to 740, and it starts from the year 740. But the chronological timepiece then goes to all the way 1492, 1649, and then it gives a step by step from 1649 all the way up to. Hold on. All the way up to, I want to be accurate with what I tell you, all the way up to 2009. You see what I'm saying? So this give a chronological, and when I say chronological timepiece, bro, I'm talking about, it tells you who married who had kids, who the kids were, who died, why they died, who started the war, what the war was about, who was hired, how the U.S. Department of Treasury came about, how this president became president, how the U.S. how this business connected to the Federal Reserve, why this law was passed so that the Federal Reserve could get away with this and get away with that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it gives a chronological date, step by step, about what happened and what went down, step by step. So what they call a conspiracy theory to me is foolishness. Now, in this book, I'm gonna just read this one page. It says, now this not even in this book. Excuse me, this is not this book. This is saying what they saying right here is, in the cause of world unrest, published in this year, in the year 1920, author H.A. Gwynn, he wrote a book, and in the book that he wrote, so this is a white author from 1920, and what he said, this is his book. The pages of this book would trace the threads of a conspiracy engineered by people whose main object has been to destroy utterly anything, kings, governments, or institutions which might stand between them and the people they would exploit in their efforts for a new world domination. So, you know, like I say, is it a conspiracy out here?
Of course not. It's just the truth.
No, it ain't.
It's just the truth being revealed, and it's just people on a higher level, on a higher seat, that I should say, we call them the elite, that's just trying to stop things. You know what I'm saying? They trying to stop people from wanting to find the truth, so they put these labels on it, like conspiracy theories. You notice things that's controversial is automatically a conspiracy theory. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want to put the label on it as. When you start finding it, it's a disaster. Hurricane Katrina, 9/11. These are disasters and tragic events. But why, when you find articles about truths that done been found about them, this is a conspiracy theory.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is talking about this same disaster or tragedy, but because it's saying truths about it, it's a conspiracy theory now. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Right. You know what I'm saying? They put that on it because they know the average mind gonna see that and be like, oh, okay, then I can't pay it.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. It's magic trick, baby. What the left hand don't know what the right hand doing. So because they know.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah, boss.
No, I was getting ready to ask you. Hey, when we all know all these words were invented at a time. All these words in the dictionary, they were invented. You know, back sometime when was conspiracy brought to existence? When was that word brought to existence?
Man, you know what? Hold on 1 second, bro.
Y'all finna say y'all can talk. I research.
Oh, okay, we're going to research. I was gonna say I can grab a dictionary, man, because I can't. I ain't looked up that particular word to know, but I mean that's a good point. I mean the whole English language, man, and I mean. I know that sounds crazy, man, but that's kind of even something in itself when you mention it, man, because everything we talk about is so tied together, man. Because you talking about spells and you talking about witchcraft and magic. So you talking about, for instance, the Bible and certain words in the way that they written and the way that they put together being used as witchcraft and spells. So like you say, the usage of verbiage is so important. You know what I'm saying? Words carry so much weight that we don't even realize because everything is vibration. So when you speak a word, the vibration that you putting in the atmosphere and the energy, you know what I'm saying? It carries weight and it has a power behind it. And so we using words that we don't even know a lot of times what the power is behind them because this is the system they created. This is the system they created. You see what I'm saying? This keeps us vibrating low. Like I say, everything is energy. So when you think of it as energy and you understand it in its fullness and truth like that, then you got to realize, bro, like we said the other day, real deal. Even right now, as we talking, our signal that's being transmitted in the air. Think of all of the millions and billions of other signals transmitted through the air right now, through this technology. That's why they created it. So all of them signals, radio signals, computer signals, cell phone signals, airplane signals, police scanner signals. I mean, you know what I'm saying? All of the signals that's transmitted through the air right now, just because we don't see them, don't mean that they're not there. We know they're there because we receiving the transmission. You see what I'm saying? It ain't no way that I'm looking at y'all in Michigan and I'm in North Carolina without the signal being transmitted through the air. It's being transmitted.
And look how clear it is.
So, but what I'm hitting, it is. And see, all I'm hitting on though is why that signal is being transmitted. Then that hinders our power. Exactly. See what I'm saying? We block. Yeah. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much distraction. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's too much. It's like the signals that's around us is like tinfoil you blocking us in. It's like you a radio, but you in the inside of a storage box or something where your signal can't get out.
Yeah, you speaking of
you understand what I'm saying? And this is the web they've created over us. That's why you got airplanes flying chemtrails over the sky. That's why they keep the water polluted with fluoride. You know what I'm saying? That's why they keep the waves flooded with transmission, and that's why they make sure to flood you with news, TV, entertainment, and so on and so forth to keep our minds clouded. At the end of the day, that's what it boiled down to. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't mean to ramble off what you said, but like words they carry so much weight, man.
They carry a whole bunch of weight, and when we talk about the word conspiracy, but the label conspiracy theory and theorists came from the CIA. 1967 was the first year that the words conspiracy theory was put together and put as a label. The CIA. Wow. It's it article right here. Wow. I'm finna read the article. I'm gonna click on it and read it because it just says the 1967 the CIA made the label conspiracy theory to attack.
So we gonna really trust the CIA?
Yeah. Exactly.
So we gonna trust the CIA. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro, what did I? What was you? Hold on. What was we just saying? That a conspiracy theorist is basically just somebody that knows the truth and them trying to cover up the truth, right? Right here it said in 1967, the CIA created the label conspiracy theorist to attack anyone who challenged the official narrative.
You feel me?
Yep.
Anybody who challenges the official narrative. So
wow.
The CIA has got everybody out there that's not woke, that do research and see these two words put together and automatically
are called a conspiracy theorist.
Exactly.
And look, and this the trip. Now you just explained it, and it's real life. And they said where the word came from, and they said that they created it as to reflect to deflect the true narrative, pretty much. But yet everybody uses the word just like they planned it. Now tell me that ain't magic and spell. People, when you walk up to somebody and start talking about these truths we talking about, they're gonna say, "Oh, you a conspiracy theorist," and they don't even know what they saying.
They don't know.
We just learned that the word was invented, and they don't even know what they're saying. Don't mute yourself, bro. Go on, get in there.
Don't even. Hey, I'm telling you.
I'm trying to make sure we ain't echoing too much.
No, we good. We good. Oh. But you know what I'm saying?
I know exactly.
And Juice, you hit it on the head by asking that. That's deep.
Hey, bro, listen to me. Hey, we know.
That's deep.
We know.
Because I already knew the word was bull, but I ain't even know. That's deep to know that where they invented it and where it came from. You know what I'm saying? Like that just carry even more weight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, we let's hit on. Go ahead. I'm gonna let y'all go. I ain't gonna cut you off.
Just 1 second though. Put the link to the YouTube live in the group chat box so I can go to the YouTube live and see what's going on in that chat room.
You can't get it.
No, I ain't on there because we on the Hangouts. You gotta paste the link in the group chat right here in the Hangouts so I can go to the YouTube live.
Okay. Man, I don't know. You know I don't know how to do this, man.
It's all good, man. What's good?
We ain't got no chats over.
We ain't
got no chats. No, we only got one viewer.
Oh, it's all good, man. What's good, viewers?
Y'all was good. All love, baby.
Viewers. We got everybody share the link to this right now so we can get on out.
I don't know how to. Let me see. But I was finna open up this Boule.
Yeah, open up.
Get into talking about the Boule when we talk about conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? Because now what we've been saying is that conspiracy is real, and that is not really the word they put on it. It ain't really conspiracy, but the theory is real as far as that there is a plan that have been perpetuated against people. We just read that from a white author that published in 1920. You know what I'm saying? About what was in play and what was in effect. And that was before all of this came about. That was before that was when we were still showing enough Jim Crow and niggas were still in the South getting treated like slaves. That's when that's before the technology hit and we had all of this stuff that we got, television and telephones and you know what I'm saying? So we talking about he knew what was going to be in the play and talked about it before it got to where it's at. So this is what I'm saying, just like we talked about with the Willie Lynch. People can say what they want, man, but the proof is in the pudding. People got to stop being ignorant and wake the hell up and see what's going on out here, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no conspiracy theory, man. Our government is really corrupt, man. And it ain't just the government. There's the group of people, a hierarchy that sits at the top that is intent on destroying and controlling the masses, period. And we have to come to the realization that we all been separated, split up, and divided because of these people. You know what I'm saying? And that we have to realize this so that we won't keep down the path we on. People so stupid and blind and desensitized. You know what I'm saying? That right now, tomorrow, the way shit is going, real talk, people ain't even, this is real shit. This shit is real. That's why fuck. Right now, tomorrow, we could be in World War III. Right now, while we sitting here talking, another country could easily attack America.
Yeah.
With everything that's going on right now. But just because we ain't never had an attack on American soil, and because of our technology and because of our comfortability, we've been programmed to think that it ain't possible and it won't happen. But what we fail to realize is that this elite group that sits on the top, they not America. You see what I'm saying? They're a group of people that pull the strings of puppets across all of these nations. So they've been the ones perpetuating this doggone false mock war from the beginning. So whenever they ready for it to pop, it's gonna pop. And it ain't got nothing to do with Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a pawn like every other one of them been a pawn. And so we got to wake the hell up and realize if we don't wake the hell up, that they plan is gonna go through. The reason, the way we stop their plan is we is the tools that they are using towards us for our own destruction. When the brother get killed by the police is somebody's fucking brother, cousin, sister, or nephew. You see what I'm saying? It's us against us, man.
Exactly.
It's against us. We got brothers out here killing each other while they still killing us too. We got to wake the hell up, man. And if we don't stop and realize the conspiracy that's being perpetuated against us, we gonna all be dead, man. It ain't gonna be nothing left. You see what I'm saying? The world as we know it finna be wiped out and extinct. And they can call me crazy as they want. The world as we know it. I ain't say the planet gonna be destroyed. I said the world as we know it. I'm talking about the power grid going out. I'm talking about bombs exploding somewhere or something crazy like that. I don't know what the event gonna be, but I know the rate that we going, something gonna happen that's going to change things as we know it. The landscape we know is going to be changed if we don't wake the hell up, because that's their plan. See, the thing is, they know what we talking about. So they know that the day is coming when the collective consciousness is going to wake up. We are in the age of the awakening. That's what the Mayan calendar talked about. It didn't talk about the end of the world in 2012. They talked about the beginning of the new age. And so this is where we in. But those, the evil side that are aware of this, that's why they plan is intent on destroying us before we wake the hell up and stop their plan. So that's why it's pertinent that we wake the hell up now, because their plan is to get rid of us, or the majority of us, so that it's not enough of us to fight back. And we damn acting stupid fighting each other while they sitting back with their feet kicked up watching us scramble like fucking rats eating each other trying to get the cheese.
Exactly.
Hey,
man, I feel it, bro. It just beat me, man.
I feel
it. Bro. You gotta be said.
You got it, but look though, this is what you hitting on.
What's up?
I'm saying this is what you hitting on, that people don't want to grasp it, and they don't want to soak it up because it's too real for them. They don't, our ancestors, they died for what they believe in. Not all of them. Some of them that had the truth, that wanted to, you know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about the people that died for, oh, I'm trying to get next to white people and segregation, and I'm talking about to get back to where they already knew their roots was from. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Some was running to the north to get back for real. You know what I'm saying? It's mugs out here that, basically what I'm trying to say, it's mugs out here that believe in something so much they would die for it. You know what I'm saying? You don't got enough people out here that come together and give 30, 40, 20 years of their life to trying to give people knowledge, trying to give people positive energy, trying to guide people to the right direction, the truth. They ain't gonna give that time to it and end up living an old life and dying and like, oh man, I ain't get to die with no mansion. I ain't get to die with no Rolls Royce. You know what I'm saying? That's what people, you don't have enough people willing to come together and say, hey, in order for this to change, one generation, they got to suck up their pride and say, man, this got to be us. We got to sacrifice ourselves and lead to the truth so the next see. So where it's that powerful, like the civil rights movement and all that, it was so powerful to where people still shucking jive to try to get next to the white people because they feel like we just got to be so connected. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they got to be in the same room. That's how powerful that was. We got to put on a movement so powerful of seeking the truth that when the next generation come, they don't take them lies. They don't take no what? Man, I see it right here. I know. No, this is what we doing. We got to get that strong, man. If we don't get the strength in our mind to where we got a real deal, not just 1 week out the month, not just once a week, not just twice a week, not just once a couple times every day, man. You got to dedicate yourself to trying to uplift the next and spread this knowledge and truth to make that awakening seem real. This is real, man. It's not fake. It ain't like this just some, man, you feel it in your body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You feel it in your body when you just out here walking on planet Earth. You just feel it like this ain't right. The vibrations, it ain't right.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Well, see, the thing is, like we be talking about, man, it's identity crisis. You feel what I'm saying?
Please, no,
Dealing with identity, we dealing with identity theft. You know what I'm saying? I remember giving the analogy a long time ago, bro. It's like somebody broke into your house and they knocked you out to rob you. Woke up, you had amnesia. And so once they realized you had amnesia, they didn't just rob you, they decided to take over your crib and let you live in the back. And because you woke up with no idea of who you was and where you was at, you actually thought they was doing you a favor. You know what I'm saying? You was like, oh man, I appreciate you for letting me live in the back. And so now they got you working for them and you doing everything for them, but you feel like they helping you and they treating you like shit. You know what I'm saying? But you putting up with it because you feel like, man, I need this to live. You know what I'm saying? But it boiled down to identity theft. Well, now when your mind start coming to and you start realizing, wait a minute, this shit look familiar. Wait a minute. And then when you come to realize that this is mine, this is my shit. Hold on. And they know you gonna, when you realize it's yours, what you think they think you gonna do? You gonna want your shit back, right? So they're gonna do everything in their power to keep it to where you continue to think that they helping you, and you never come to realization that this is actually your crib that they letting you live and work at. And I hope I made sense with that, because this is where we at. It's an identity issue. You know what I'm saying? It's an identity issue, bro. I mean, what we struggling with is when you don't know yourself, that's when you allow things to happen. And when you don't know yourself, you continue in the search for that which you never find, because by them having us looking outward, we can never find the peace in the serenity that we looking for, because you can only find it within. But they got us looking outward. Real deal. You can't. We all been raised the same. I was raised the exact same way, so I had the same mindset. So this is why when I said people have to accept truth, truth will set you free, but you got to accept it, because we all done had that mind state. You measure yourself based on the outward gratification. So, I played sports and shit. I did that because everybody's, it got me attention. It got people to say I was good. It got me approval. It got me acceptance. It got me invited in. You see what I'm saying? It got me girls. It got me, popularity. It got me. And so I did that because that's what it did. Now, I ain't going to say I didn't like the game, but I'm just talking about what we do for outward gratification. And so life it continues to be the same. We try to get a better job so we can make more money. When we make more money, we want to get a bigger house and a bigger car. You know what I'm saying? And then when we get a bigger job than that, then we want to get a bigger house and an even bigger car. So the whole time we steady in the rat race chasing cheese. And why? Is it because I need a bigger house or a bigger car? No, it's because I identify myself by what I got, and especially black folk in our community. That's why we spin, and we don't save, and we don't invest, and we don't. That's why we wouldn't buy the Starberries for $15 from Stephen Berry's, but we'll buy the J's for 120, because we want to flaunt and show off. So we rob, steal, kill, sell drugs, destroy our community to get a pair of J's, just so we can say I got a pair of J's, because ultimately a pair of shoes is supposed to serve no purpose other than to cover your feet. You see what I'm saying? And a pair of sandals can do that. So you don't need a pair of J's, you just want a pair of J's. You see what I'm saying? And this is what's in our mindset. Like we said the other day, your baby want a pair of damn Spider-Mans or My Little Ponies or something, but you buying them J's just because you want to look good and look at my baby. We looking outwardly for our gratification, and it's all identity crisis. And until we can identify who we are within ourselves, we can't fix our problem. You see what I'm saying? This is why they can walk over us, because it's identity crisis. A pimp can only pimp the girl that got low self-esteem. See what I'm saying? He can't pimp the girl that know who she is. Real talk. That's just what it is. A pimp can't pimp a girl who knows who she is. Because if she know her worth, she not gonna be pimped. A man can be over another man who knows his worth. I don't give a damn. The slave master had a problem breaking the beginning slaves. Period. Kunta nigga gonna run till you chop off my damn foot.
Real talk.
Cause I know who I am. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Right now, if I know, and this is what we saying. Our people are claiming conscience but not knowing who you are. See, you know who you are when you in my face. See, you get mad at me, want to fight me, want to shoot me. And on the job, you don't want to do nothing to them. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I watched the video today, bro, where a lady in Winston-Salem got snatched out the car and thrown on the ground by the police. And she was just yelling about how he was fucking with her for no reason. Somebody luckily stopped and pulled over to record it. But I also watched about 10 cars drive past. See what I'm saying? So it's just like a Sandra Bland or anything. We'll watch the police brutalize our people, and we'll ride past and not even stop to help, but then watch the murder on the news and then want to go walk and march with signs and shit. You see what I'm saying? Like it's identity crisis, bro. When you know who you are, when you look in the mirror and know who you are and love yourself, you ain't gonna let nobody hurt the other people that you love. So if I know who I am and I connect myself with my family, and I know who I am and I love my family, if somebody come and pose a threat to my family, the first thing I do without thought is to jump in interference to protect my family. And see, but if I don't know who I am and I'm dysfunctional and I don't have that relationship and I had that connection and intimacy with my family, then when somebody jump to do something to my family shit, I'm wondering, well, hell, what'd he do? With shit, because I ain't finna put my neck on the line. Let's see, shit, he might deserve the ass whooping he getting. You see what I'm saying? Yep. You see what I'm saying? Yep. It's all identity crisis, though. You see what I'm saying? And so we struggling because we don't know who we are, man. When we learn who we are, then when you know better, you'll do better. And this is really why we continuing to talk like we talk and continue trying to put this information out there, man, because people need to understand how true it is. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's real life. We struggling with who we are because there's been a group of people that done fucked up your mind.
Ain't no such thing. How many views we got? Jeff?
Two. It don't
Shout
matter.
out to all the viewers out there. Shout out to all the viewers out there, man. Real talk. We got a shout out.
We was gonna talk about the Boule, man.
Get into it, bro. Because, bro, first for the people, for the two people watching, the people that's gonna future watch it, because you know people can go back and watch it. The Boule, man, the Black Secret Society. People that talk about this Illuminati and all that, for them people that's out there, you know what I'm saying, just getting on the knowledge. For what y'all reference to as the Illuminati, this is the Black Illuminati, basically, the Boule. I just wanted to say that first, bro.
Real talk, man.
Yeah.
The Boule, it says, as you well know, this country was founded by criminals who colonized this area just as they chalked up Africa in the 18th and 19th century. As we had our plantations in the South where house Negroes and field Africans, we find that this trend has never changed as the years have gone by. Thanks to research that have been done by brother Steve Coakley, we found that there's a Black secret society that's been closely associated with maintaining the grip of white supremacy on people of color. The same secret societies these house Negroes answer to have a long history rooted in the physical and mental enslavement of Africans around the globe. This Black secret society is called the Boule, aka Sigma Pi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. May 15th of 1904 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This is the first Black fraternity in America, and before the first Black college frat, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, which was founded December 4th, 1906. The Boule is a Black Greek society based on another secret society founded at Yale University called Skull and Bones. The Boule's primary founder was Dr. Henry McKinton, along with doctors. It got some names of some people, but the founding member of the New York City chapter was W.E.B. Du Bois.
Oh,
So basically, hold on.
Did you know
So
that?
basically, you saying
Yeah.
the founders Boule, right? Hold on. What we saying? The founders?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
basically, the individuals who made up like sororities and stuff like that, and the frats and stuff.
Yes.
All the
Yes.
okay.
What they saying is that the Greek the white secret society that the Illuminati's claim to be based off of, the Skull and Bones. This was a black secret society that mimicked them. This was the
Okay.
black. This was like they said, the house niggas that kept the tradition of saying we gonna still serve the master and his efforts to rule. You know what I'm saying? And now you got to understand the importance of this because we talk in 1902 about during the time of the Reconstruction. So we talking
Okay.
about the time right after slavery when we were still fresh in the Reconstruction. Now, what people don't know about the Reconstruction is that once they got out of slavery, Jim Crow laws were not fully yet in effect. Out of slavery, we were becoming politicians. We were creating our own communities. You know what I'm saying? We was becoming lawyers and doctors and teachers and so on and so forth for like the first 20 so years. It was our competition. You got to remember, we were the sweat and blood that built the country. So it was our competition. You know what I'm saying? With their money, that why they started to bring the immigrants in from the other countries. Why they started to let the immigrants come. They told all the other countries around the world, you can send us your words, whatever. And they allowed the immigrants from the other countries to come to America because we as the blacks was earning all of the wage. This is why now you got all the Irish and all of these different nationalities that came over in the early 1900s. You see what I'm saying? Through free trade, because we would have worked. Now, while they did that, this is when they started instituting unions and stuff. And this is when they started making the Jim Crow laws, which were the laws that was saying, you know, this is how they were able to separate us from nah, you black. You know what I'm saying? Now they didn't have that when we first got out of slavery. We now understand what I'm saying. There were still white slave masters and they would still treat us like shit. But you got to remember, when we first got free, a lot of blacks fled to the north and stuff. So we talking about like 12 years a slave. Black people was living free in the north before the end of slavery. So when we fled up there, we started competing for jobs and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? So when we talking about, we're not talking about what was going on in the South all the way. We talking about all around. This is what segregation was instituted around. They didn't have segregation, you know what I'm saying, before until the Reconstruction, like what 1907 or so. I'm gonna look it up to be accurate. But long story short, so the Boule was formed at a time when these were black men of prominence that at the end of slavery during Reconstruction, they were able to build a certain amount of wealth and capital for themselves and their family. And as Jim Crow laws and so on was instituted, and as the separation began, they agreed to work with the master as long as they could retain the piece of the pie that they had earned. You see what I'm saying? So this was important for them themselves from the rest of us black folk so that they could keep the piece of the pie they got. And these secret societies still exist. So this secret society, like they say, this was the first fraternity ever formed before the alphas. And this fraternity turned into what became the alphas, and then all of the other fraternities that followed after. And they got them all listed here. But all of the black fraternities and sororities, you got to remember, Greek is white. And when you trace this history and get to the root of this thing, remember, Greek stole everything from Africa. You see what I'm saying? So Greek is a counterfeit. So for us to want to be a Greek, you know what I'm saying, sorority or fraternity, we automatically are following after the steps of white. So what people have to understand is where we hitting on is the rituals and the magic and the practice that's included in these things. You see what I'm saying?
I see exactly what you're saying, bro. You gotta realize, the people gotta realize, man, that when it comes to knowledge, man, especially when you talk about the Boule, that these white people, these European, they ain't the only one that play a part in our demise. You know what I'm saying? Because power, that's a powerful drug. Once you get
Yeah.
once you get a little taste of power, forget crack, heroin, ecstasy, all that. That
Yeah.
power, that become a drug, man, and that
Yeah.
sees no color. And that's the thing, that's the identity. They don't really see no color. You know what I'm saying? Like the Boule, the Illuminati, quote unquote, both of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
They don't really see the color. It's just the power, the authority. You know what I'm saying? Over the mass of people. It's just
Right.
that's all it is. In the Boule, it is.
Well, check this out.
Yeah.
Well, check this out as an example. Like we say, now this is, see, we got to understand when they say conspiracy, and this is why when we talked about race and color, and people understand that we got to just know who people are by the heart. Now, this W.E.B. Du Bois. Now, a lot of people, we've been taught in school to look up to him and to respect him and blah, blah, blah. But this W.E.B. Du Bois, a founding member of the New York City chapter of the Boule, he said the Boule was created to keep the black professional away from Marcus Garvey. And you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the remaking of the House Negro was necessary to institute a group of blacks who had a vested interest in protecting the elite white system.
Exactly.
It was about selling out brothers and sisters for power and money.
Exactly.
The majority of black lawyers, doctors, engineers, and accountants were members of the secret club. So when you're talking about the black aristocracy, what we got to understand is, so when we see black folk that look like they successful and accomplishing and achieving, you see what I'm saying?
Black judges.
We looking at black people that have sold their soul to be a member of these secret organizations so that they can keep their piece of the pie. Let me give you an example, because in these papers right here, it's even got some detailed points where it talks about certain people. It talks about Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal and some more people taking a secret pledge where they were not Shaquille, but Charles Barkley and I think who got it had Dominique Wilkins taking where they were honorary members elected into the Q Dogs or something, honorary members, so they could be part of the Boule, because in order to be a Boule you had to be a member of one of the Greek societies. And so they be doing these honorary where they allow, see, you can either be born in through family, or you can earn your way by earning money. You know what I'm saying? Like if you become a celebrity, you can get invited into the secret club. And I mention that because it's like we said before, you can see certain celebrities now today and wonder like why this actor ain't blowed up, why they didn't let him blow up, because he didn't choose to sell his soul. Why did they convict Michael Vick for fighting damn dogs, but they ain't do nothing to you know Brett Favre? You see what I'm saying? Why? Because he was a nigga. He was making too much money. They paid him all that damn money, the most money any player ever made, and they thought they had a house porch nigga, and that nigga was a real nigga, and it wasn't about the damn dogs. Something else happened, damn soul, and they decided to use that against him to teach his ass a lesson. They'll show you that they can take what you got in the blink of an eye. You see what I'm saying? Michael Jackson, Prince, the list goes on and on and on. And some people sell their soul without realizing they sell their soul. See, it's the pursuit of riches to where somebody will come and sneak off of you, hey, you can have this if you join up with us. And they be done joined, and then it ain't till after they get in that they realize they done sold their damn soul.
Man,
Military.
go ahead, Jay.
And hey, like you just saying, hey, when you sign that paper for whatever you're getting into, to whatever job, whatever it is, when you sign that piece of paper, whatever job it is, you sign yourself over to that place, to that person, whatever, you know. So that's exactly what you're doing. You sign yourself over to them. They slaving you. You allow them to tell you what to do for the little bit of pay that they're gonna give you, for the little bit of pay they're gonna give you to build their riches.
Yes.
Of course, bro. When it comes,
like I said, hey, the military, hey, I found out the truth when after I was in and sick, like I said, I started opening my eyes then, and it was a blessing. and everything worked out the way it was supposed to work out. You know, I wasn't supposed to be fighting this, you know, fighting whatever they fighting. I'm keep it real with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it ain't my war, man. I'm supposed to be here with the family, with the people on it, you know, on this side of greatness, doing positive, not fighting for territory and resources and all this stuff that the Lord put here for all of us. We fighting over it. We're supposed to be sharing this shit.
Well, see, it's like we saying the tying together. See, this the thing right here. Now remember when I talked about the plan that they got in play. Their plan is hundreds of years old. So what we talking about is the Boule is the people that done said, all right, we see it's a fight and it's a war, and we just convinced that the white man gonna win or that the evil side gonna win. So we choose to pick the evil side because when they win, we gonna get a reward for being faithful to them and being on their side. So they just done chose to sell the rest of us out. You see what I'm saying? For their own benefit, just like you said, bro. So I mean, the shit go deep, bro. I mean, you talking about W.E.B. Du Bois, and I'm talking about how many people have been told or have been taught in school about the importance of W.E.B. Du Bois and his contribution to society and the black community, but you don't understand that he was pitted. He was one of Marcus Garvey's biggest enemies and biggest opposers, and that he said that the Boule was one of the reasons that it was started. You know what I'm saying,
bro? One thing when it comes to the Boule and like how you just said about Marcus Garvey and W.E.B. Du Bois, what did Marcus Garvey say? That his biggest downfall was his people.
His own people, man.
You know what I'm saying? But not only that, though, just to hit on this real quick when it comes to the Boule, man. We already talked about the Burning Sands, but not only that, in that Shots Fired series.
Yes.
The investigator from the Department of Justice that they sent, he a black dude. He played baseball at Yale, right?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's a scene during the investigation where he go to the frat house because the white dude that got shot in the town, he was in a frat. You know what I'm saying? He go to the frat house and he talking to one of the little quiet, withdrawn white dudes, seeing if he can get some information out of him. He was like, you know, I pledge, right? He's like, oh, I ain't know that. He's like, yeah, I'm Sigma. He's like, yeah, you know, this a brotherhood, right? And then he's like, you want to know who else Sigma? I can't remember all the statistics, but he said like 12 DAs, 50 congressmen, and he just got to rattling it off numbers. And when you just got to hitting on, because I didn't know that the Boule, the first fraternity that they started was the Sigma. That's basically who it is because that's what the dude said. And he went to Yale. You know what I'm saying? He played baseball at Yale. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Sigma Pi Phi.
Yeah, that's what the dude was. You already know because that, and a lot of people don't know when it comes to that Greek, it's different names at different colleges. Just because you a Sigma, it's different Sigmas and stuff, man. It's different.
Oh yeah.
Different. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just it ain't all the same. You know what I'm saying? And
well, look,
real talk.
Well, look, the name Boule is the Greek term meaning advisors to the king.
Oh, so that's the bow down. That's the master.
So who is the king? See what I'm saying? Advisors to the king.
The advisor. What the advisor is? The super duper snitch. The person that's right there. Hey, these people right here get out of control. You gotta do something about this. Hey,
yes.
Hey, we're getting infiltrated. Hey, things are getting kind of shaky, you guys. Kissing.
Yes. It says, look, one of the problems we should have with the Boule and the offsprings of the Boule, the other 8 college frats and sororities, is that they falsely acknowledge the Greeks as the founders of civilization. We, of course, know this is a lie. We know that the Greeks got their knowledge from the Nile Valley.
Exactly.
Ancient Kemet in Ethiopia, where the original African man and woman evolved, and they plagiarized after killing us off and raping Kemet. They deemed themselves as the originators of the knowledge that we gave them. They sought to erase the African presence of Kemet. Now we know this though. You see what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So who is the Boule? They are the so-called talented 10th. Du Bois is famous for speaking of. It must also be noted that Du Bois' boy Locke was a homosexual. Du Bois was also perceived to be homosexual, blah, blah. They are a mutation of a white man that seeks to represent something that he is not, Greek. They are prominent blacks white America gave to us. Collectively, there are over 5,000 plus members and 112 chapters throughout the United States and West Indies, making up the wealthiest group of black men on the planet.
And this
And to think none of them are working in the interest of black people, but rather gets a kick.
a kick, bro. Let me just put this in there one time, bro.
Man.
You know who Chameleon is, right?
Yeah, I do.
I was listening to a Chameleon interview, right? He
Yes,
told
sir.
me he got invited to this dinner at the White House. He got invited to a White House dinner.
Okay.
He see Jordan. I think it was who else was there? Who else was there, man? Charles Barkley on everything.
Yeah.
Smith.
Yeah.
It was a one more. It was a younger player. I forgot, but he walked up to him, and everybody, you know what I'm saying, kind of. They ain't say what's up to him, but they ain't look at him funny. He started saying what's up to everybody, and he said what's up to Jordan, and he ain't say nothing to him. And then he come in and just step back, and then he's like, "Hey man, can I get a picture with you?" And Jordan, he said exactly what Jordan said to him. Man, I don't take no pictures with niggas. And Camille there was like, what? And then she said, Jordan said it again, man, I don't take no pictures with niggas. And then I think it was either Kenny or the younger player was like, man, do you know who that is? That's Camille, man. He cool. You know what I'm saying? And then Jordan's like, man, I don't care, man. I ain't taking no picture with no nigga. Said he kept on emphasizing the word nigga. You know what I'm saying? Not like I don't take no picture with dudes, man. I don't take no picture with males like that.
With no nigga.
I don't take pictures with niggas. He kept saying it. And that just lets you know, man, who is Jordan? He's praised by every person that picks up a basketball.
Yes.
Every single person. Yes. Especially
yes.
That just lets you know the Boule, the control that they got, that forget the elite and the Illuminati, man. The Boule is who really got us, man. Because all these people that's probably not forget the behind the scenes people like the congressmen and the judges and all them people. I'm talking about the celebrity ones and the ones that's endorsing all these products. Why you think they draped in Gucci? Why you think they draped in Versace? You know what I'm saying? Why you think they got Bugattis? Man, you know how old Bugattis is, man? I seen the footage of a freaking doctor in California back in freaking I think it was like 2008 or something. He had a Bugatti under his garage. You know, they start they got them put emphasis on this stuff and give it to these people just to keep our mind clouded because they know we gonna follow them. And you got it. And one thing I wanted to hit on is what people need to wake up and realize, that white supremacy, the elite, the runners, they not gonna praise somebody that's with them. They not gonna, like Martin Luther King, they not gonna give somebody a holiday. Like how you said W.E.B. Du Bois, he one of the most prominent people we learn about in Black history. They're not gonna give nobody that much praise unless they working with them.
Exactly.
You gotta your mind. Real, I'm gonna put it in basic terms. A real nigga is not gonna get no praise from these people in history. A real nigga is not gonna get mentioned and his true character get talked about. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's just somebody that get the story out there like a Malcolm X. We don't even really know how deep Malcolm X was. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
he helped us out.
Yes, sir.
Feel me? The book helped us out.
Yes, sir.
But we weren't there.
Yes, sir.
You feel me?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Exactly.
That's crazy. You gotta know that. Hey,
man, that's what I'm saying. We don't know. Now check this out. There goes something else as we talking about the Boule. In addition, we see that around the same time the founding of the Boule, we find the creation of the NAACP and the Urban League.
Yes. Yes.
These organizations were also co-founded by Jewish spies. In the case of the NAACP, Du Bois was used as their scapegoat.
Mm.
One must note that co-founder Joel Spingarn, a known spy of the African community, was also very influential in the founding of the Boule.
Yes.
See what I'm saying? A lot of us don't know that many of these organizations were really a front. They were posed to defend countless atrocities against black people. But on the contrary, we found out the very rights we were complaining about actually helped fund and found these organizations. So, see what I'm saying? So, here we go, civil rights. And here we go to NAACP to encourage Rosa Parks. You see what I'm saying?
Bro.
So, what black people were really, so in other words, it wasn't really a black people's liberation. It was a liberation controlled by our same oppressors. In other words, they would just steer. We were like cattle, and they were just steering us to another fence.
Right.
So they just found another way to shift us over, but still keep us in the same bondage. You see what I'm saying? It's only until we realize what's going on and we get together. You see what I'm saying? Because they just said it right there in what they did.
Bro, I'm telling you, look, I'm just gonna say a little point on that Rosa Parks stuff you was hitting on.
Yeah.
When it comes to Rosa Parks and that, people probably don't realize public transportation probably wouldn't be what it is today if they didn't do that. They make it seem like it was a movement, but really, you know what I'm saying? Now, afterwards, black people looking at it as an honor to get on this bus and sit on the front. So now they running to get on the bus. They happy. Yeah, we get on the bus. We get on the front now. Now it's probably more people that was using public transportation after the movement than before.
Right.
Some real stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because it'd be about our psyche.
Exactly.
It'd be about our perception. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said before, though. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said before. We in the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? But we've been apprehended unrighteously, and we've been locked up. So we fighting, telling them, man, you need to let me go. You need to let me go. And we steady fighting, and he's steady trying to get us to stay, and we steady fighting. You know what I'm saying? Well, after years and years of their abuse and their torture, we finally get to where we just coherent, and we like, man, shit, I want to get loose, but I stopped fighting to get loose, but I still want to get loose. But now our kids is born in the same atmosphere. And now they had to grow up with the training, and because now all they know is the penitentiary though. So they learn to be appreciative of the little benefits they get. You see what I'm saying? So now fast forward 5-10 generations of people that growed up in the penitentiary that ain't never knew the outside, like I said earlier. So now they ain't never knew the outside. People start waking up and saying, bro, don't you realize, man, we locked up. Look at these bars on these windows, man. And now you got people, you can show them the bars on the window, and all they can tell you is, man, ain't nothing outside. The master, the watcher told us that outside is full of monsters. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna listen to what the master said. The watcher told us. So now they gonna argue with you, their brother, that's telling them, man, I'm telling you, we locked up. And look, and they said, I see the bars, bro, but I don't want to go outside because I'm scared of the monsters. And you saying ain't no monsters. You showing them pictures and saying, look, bro. Look at this knowledge. Look at these pictures. Look what's outside these walls. And they said, no, the watchers told me. The watchers, and I'm using the watchers to use our slave masters. You know, the watchers told me, no, it's monsters out there. So these niggas will fight you tooth and nail because they ain't never known freedom. And so again, it's identity. They ain't never known freedom, bro. And so we really deal. We trapped in the penitentiary right now, and they mad at us because we want to be free. And they telling us we need to get comfortable. You see what I'm saying? And so any luxury or enjoyment inside the penitentiary, to me, I just can't, like I said before, bro, I can't be comfortable while I'm locked up. Ain't no TV, ain't nothing you gonna give me to make me comfortable being locked up.
You can't get comfortable.
Ain't nothing.
Can't get.
How can I? Ain't no commodity you can give me or nothing you can give me that's gonna make me say, all right, I'm comfortable, I'm cool, I'm gonna sit here and just be chill in these cells. No, bro, I need to get out. You can realize that we in the cell, we ain't trying to get free. And what we dealing with though, bro, is we the generation that don't realize that we've been trapped in the cell. You see what I'm saying? We that generation. We don't realize that we in the cell.
Real talk.
See what I mean? We don't know that we've been placed in the penitentiary because this all we know. We've been here forever. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say we definitely don't know for the simple fact, you know what I'm saying? It's people that obtain certain knowledge and come upon certain of a certain intelligence and know certain things about life, and especially when it comes to history and the things we going through on a daily basis, but they don't want to interject the change, you know what I'm saying, just in their life. You know what I'm saying? People try to like, oh, this ain't gonna never change, or it's gonna, you gotta do what you gotta do. Man, the true essence of life is self-happiness. And
Real
99%
talk.
of people is not happy. They've created happiness, but if you take all these
Illusions.
things away, are you happy? You know what I'm saying? Of course
Illusions.
not. It's
Illusions
all
of happiness.
because ain't none of this
Tem-
natural to the human being. You know what I'm saying?
temporary fleets of grandeur. You know what I'm saying?
Mirages, man. It's all it's magic. Like you said, man, Hollywood, man.
Real
It's
talk, man.
for the mind to understand what all these things really do. And like you was hitting on the waves earlier, you know what I'm saying? These
Yes,
waves
sir.
are going through our brains right now. We sitting in front of
Sir.
technology. You know what I'm saying? This technology
Yes,
around
sir.
all day is Wi-Fi. Fast
Yep.
food places
Hey,
have free Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi everywhere.
hey. And then we wonder why we can't sleep. You see
Real
what I'm saying? We wonder why our sleep patterns all
The
messed up.
That's what I'm saying. The energy field is being distracted with too many transmissions. It's supposed to be natural transmissions between us and nature,
Yep.
not between all this technology and the transmission waves. You feel me?
Yep.
And that's the disruption. Now check this out. They go, now watch this part. It said this is what he say. We have a copy of the Boule membership book, and we found some very interesting names along with the names and chapters. We have addresses. Out of the list, here go a couple of the members. Williams, he performed the first open heart surgery. Ralph Bunchy, former UN ambassador. Arthur Ashe,
Okay.
famous tennis player. Whitney Young, who was once the president of the Urban League. King Jr., y'all didn't know he was Boule, did you?
Exactly.
Benjamin Mays, W.E.B. Du Bois, Carter G. Woodson, historian and author of The Miseducation of the Negro. Huh? Did you know that?
Huh.
Did you hear what I just said?
Of course.
The author of The Miseducation of the Negro. See how they throw? See what I'm saying? We trying to wake up, and they got people out here too that's feeding the same knowledge. This is what I'm saying. So we even got to be conscious of who we listening to that's claiming that they conscious.
Exactly.
John H. Johnson, founder of John H. Johnson Publishing and Ebony and Jet magazines. The Maynard Jackson, the once mayor of Atlanta. It said these men all died, never speaking of the Boule and taking their secrets of white supremacy with them to the grave. See what I'm saying? So I just named out some prominent people, and these people that we taught about, like you just said, bro, in our history books, we taught about these people. You know what I'm saying? We taught about Daniel Hale Williams performing the first open heart surgery. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we taught about Arthur Ashe, W.E.B. Du Bois, Carter G. Woodson. You know what I'm saying? Whitney. We taught about these people. You see what I'm saying? And so we people that are in our midst that mean us absolutely no good as a community and a people are in our fronts, and these are the people that are our leaders. These are the when we say, oh man, that brother doing it, look at that black brother, he got a business, he a doctor, he a lawyer, he this, and we say, what y'all complaining about, man? Y'all crying about racism in America still? It's 2017. Look at all the prominent black people here. Y'all got a black president, but we don't know that our president is a member of the Boule.
Get it,
You see
bro.
what I'm saying? We don't know that the Boule exists. So when I talk about Martin Luther King and all this, people don't understand that this is real. See, this is why I said they call it conspiracy theory, but it ain't conspiracy. We real deal up against it. Now watch this. Some notable living members. These some people that's still alive. Hank Aaron. Yeah, you know Hank Aaron, Major League Baseball home run king. Tom Bradley, TV personality. Dennis Archer, who was once the mayor of Detroit. Elvin Big E. Hayes, another big. Now watch this one. Bill Cosby. Didn't know that, did you?
Of course.
See, why you think he went through what he went through, but now they erased it? See, he was getting out of line just like Michael Vick. Nigga, we finna whoop you. What? You say you gonna do what?
gonna do what?
Okay, you trying to wake your people? You gonna see once they commit, they can't go back. This why Oprah ain't got no money coming through the hood. This why Tyler Perry. This is why these folk ain't open the hood. This is why we got enough money floating through the black. This is why our people steady dying and celebrities is in the backdrop. The Boule. And then you get, like I say, when we get some that step up and look like they for us, now we got to pay attention and understand what we really up against. So now we got people that stepping up and they trying to be celebrities speaking up for the black community with the crime going on. But like I say, look at our community and tell me it's stopping. Didn't they just kill a brother in Texas just 2 days ago?
Yep.
I told you, I just seen a video right here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina this morning of a girl that was being harassed and thrown around by the police. You see what I'm saying? So this is regular. There ain't nothing changing in our community. Because the people that's acting like they for us ain't with us, and then we know the other side ain't with us. That's why I say it's up to us to be for us, and that's why color can't matter, because we got to be able to discern the spirit, whether it's good or bad, whether it's right or wrong, whether it's light or dark, or who with us and who ain't with us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Harry Belafonte, he made the statement, if you are against my oppression, no, what did he say? He said, if you are not against my oppression, then you are my oppressor.
Exactly.
So if you're not doing nothing against my oppression, you are my oppressor. Exactly. And I don't care who you are. What they say, Nat Turner said, we finna go to fight, something about who gonna go or something, and he said, if you scared to go and you don't want to go, you don't have to fight. Yeah, that's what he said. Those that are scared and don't want to go and don't want to fight, you don't have to fight. Step forward now. And the ones that step forward, he say, well, them niggas we gonna kill first. Yeah, getting rid of all of the scary ones that don't want to have a part to play in what's going on. They got to go first.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. The enemy within has to go first, and the enemy within right now, the Boule, they so prominent.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah,
prominent. Like you just said, you hit on it perfectly. Yeah. People try to get at, oh man, it's 2017. Look at all black people doing this, black people doing that. It ain't about that, man.
Real talk.
Who's being made right under our noses, man? You got to read in between these lines. You got to find a needle in the haystack out here, man. You got to realize that the people at the top is the main people against us, even more than the white people, because they don't want their spots to be taken, and your spots are taken because y'all hand chosen niggas, and y'all know that. But it's just a simple fact. Y'all don't want to take. Y'all don't want to lose y'all hand chosen spot. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. The Boule, like I said, the Illuminati and the elite, forget them. The Boule is who really holding us down, man.
Everybody,
and this is what I'm talking about. That's really the hindrance. Look, here goes some more of the names of the people still living from Bill Cosby, Jesse Jackson, Earl Graves Jr. from Black Enterprise, Douglas Wilder, the governor of Virginia, Lynn Swan, the NFL Hall of Famer, Kwesi Mfume, who was, once head of the NAACP, David Dinkins, the once mayor of New York City. So when a black person get in a position of prominence and we say, hey, look, the first black mayor of New York or the first black this and that, these are pawns being put in a position so that it looks like it's something. You see what I'm saying? Like I say, when Malcolm in the Nation was real deal coming with an issue of civility, and they was real deal fighting for rights for the people, you know what I'm saying? Then we get Martin Luther King's movement of nonviolence and peace. See what I'm saying? The Boule come in, but then they killed him when he started to come to recognize what was going on. It's like, and that's how I go. You get out of line, we'll snap you. And that's how they do you. Like I say, that's what happened with Bill Cosby. That's why he got back in line and you don't hear nothing no more. And that's what happens with any one of them. When we hear conspiracy, like when we hear, Dave Chappelle went crazy, what you think happened? When you hear Martin Lawrence went crazy, what you think what happened? You see what I'm saying? It's certain things that be occurring. Some of this stuff be real, man. They think we playing. And then because they the Boule, they try to play it off and make a joke. So like we say, we got black folk because our people use these people. Our people look up to people. So our people don't respect, like what we saying now, our people don't respect this knowledge and truth. They won't go research for themselves to make sure that what we saying is wrong. Instead, they'll listen to a celebrity that'll get up and just say, oh, that's some made up stuff. That's conspiracy theory. It's a lie. They'll listen to that because they respect them because of who they are in the position that they're in, the title they hold, and blah, blah, blah. And this is why we do, because this is why they put these people out in the front, so that they can be the fronts to make it look like they fighting with us and fighting for us when the whole time that they're not. I'm gonna give you another example. Now watch this. It said Kwesi Mfume, he wasn't from a black Greek society. So he, in order to become a member, they did some research and say that joker wrote a letter and everything, like begging to get in. So they had what they did was they invited him as an honorary member of the Omega Psi Phi Grand Chapter. And check this out. On July 11th, 2012, at 8:12 a.m. by the 78th Grand Conclave, along with NBA legend Dominique Wilkins and football retiree Ray Lewis, ex-NBA player lawyer Billy Hunter, and ESPN reporter Stephen A. Smith. They were all elected as honorary, meaning that they didn't pledge, but they got in because of who they are. You see what I'm saying?
Real talk.
So look at and I say this, and I think of some of the people. Now think of Ray Lewis and some of the posts some of the stuff he did when we was doing this Black Conscious thing, and Ray Lewis came out with a couple of videos talking about, yeah, man, what we need to do in the community, blah, blah, blah. But then people shot Ray down saying what he was guilty of, so they just threw him on like, all right, move Ray. You see what I'm saying? You can see, look at Stephen A. Smith. You know what I'm saying? You can see certain people's in their actions, and you see what I'm saying, man? I don't have to dig into it. This thing is real, man. Just like the Willie Lynch when we talked about it, this thing is real, and people want to continue to play like it ain't. You see what I'm saying?
It's real.
Go ahead and hit it, Jay.
Hey, y'all already hitting on it, man. We just trying to bring consciousness and awareness to those around us. Us three, along with many others in this, and around the world that's conscious. Hey, we trying to get out to everyone else before it's too late. We got to come together. We gotta this money, these little notes and shit ain't nothing. All this material shit ain't nothing, and that's what they got us by. They got us by this, the stuff that they making. They got us by that.
Real talk. And when it comes to that Boule, man, one thing that's very, very, man, it's crazy. It's very important. It's very powerful. Is beside the celebrities and the athletes that's with it that we know, man, think of all the black scientists. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All the black generals, all the black judges.
Like what you just said, bro. Real talk. Think about it.
People that really got the impact.
People, it's an illusion. I know for a fact. I am a light-skinned, decent-looking brother. My name is Jeffrey Cone. I can articulate the language very properly when necessary. If there was a need for me to have to speak in any particular form or manner, I'm very well at articulating the language. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't have to speak in Ebonics, and I don't have to speak ignorant or sound dumb when I communicate, because I know how to articulate. So what I'm hitting on is I have absolutely no problem in blending into society and being able to benefit and profit from being educated and having the background and experience that I have. However, what occurs is I found that in order for me to cross over to the other side, or in order for me to benefit from me just being myself, I have to sell out. And so at every job or every turn where I've had opportunity, I'll be at a job, and within the job that I'm working, I'll get offered an opportunity for advancement. But within my opportunity for advancement, there'll be a requirement for me to maybe fire someone, or to, enforce restrictions or regulations on the employees that would be under me. And they would always put me on a trial basis. But not just would they put me on a trial basis, but what they would also do is that I would begin to notice they would test me. They would say certain jokes, they would make little racial slurs, or they would make a little funny joke. Hey, you heard this one about the white man, black man, and Chinese man. They would do these type of things. And I'm just playing. I'm just showing I can talk if necessary. But they would do this type of stuff to try to tempt me or test to see how I would react and respond. You understand what I'm saying? And I would play the game for a minute. You know what I'm saying? But when I would get to the point where I wouldn't fire the person, or I wouldn't sell out and force them to work overtime or these type of things, because I felt the same way myself, I would always get back demoted. I would lose my position. And this been that, and I just gave that example. But in every arena of life, anytime I've been offered an area of advancement or higher placement, there's been also a level of sacrifice that I would have to make for my own moral standard as a black man towards other people under me, gain access to that. And that's been my personal experience. So what I'm hitting on is, I could be a coon and sell out and act like I didn't sell out to get ahead if I was just about the money. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not knocking those people that have gotten ahead, and I'm not saying everybody have sold out. I just know what my experience have been. And I understand that when I see people in positions of prominence, especially my black people, I know for a fact that all of them didn't necessarily earn it. And I know that for a fact that just because there are people in positions don't mean that it's equality, righteousness, and justice for my people, because I've experienced it firsthand. You see what I'm saying? So I know this, and people can try to make it what they want and say what they want about, oh, y'all just making excuses. This is what I'm saying. If there's a group of blacks out here that are designed to make it look like we're making excuses when we're not. There's a system that is making sure that the majority of us will remain in the positions that we are in. We are given illusions of freedom when we are really trapped and bound in the penitentiary, man. And that's what it boils down to.
Is it a conspiracy? I'm telling you. Let these people know the truth. How many views we got?
We got 4, but look, let me hit this word. As I just broke that down, I ain't mean to ramble, but it's while it's on me. While I just hit that word, man, when I just explained me and what me being required to sell out, look, man, this is real. My boy LA shared the word with me. It's called meritorious malunition. Look it up. meritorious malunition. Meritorious malunition. This is a real word. And what a meritorious malunition is called, a writ of meritorious malunition. And what it was it was a writ for a slave to get free. And there were 3 ways that you could earn a writ of meritorious malunition. And one way was you could come up with an invention that would cause your master to get rich and gain money. And if your master benefited and got rich, and he chose to give you a writ of meritorious malunition, that was one way you could be free. The second way that you could be free was to sell out your brothers and sisters. If somebody was doing something, like if somebody was planning an escape, or if they was learning to read or write, or whatever that they were doing that they weren't supposed to do, if you snitched or if you told on the plan, like the person who snitched on that Turner probably got a writ of meritorious malunition. You see what I'm saying? So you could get a rid of meritorious malunition. So what I say, through earning, or the third way is if you save the master's life. If you saved your master's life, if he was a threat of dying and you performed, if you did, if you saved him from a gunshot or sickness or whatever, if you saved his life, he could give you a writ of meritorious malunition. In other words, there were 3 ways where the slave master could grant you your freedom: to make him rich, to save his life. What was the third one I said? To make him rich, to save his life.
To make him rich, to save his life.
What was the third one I said? Y'all don't even know. To make him rich. I said you can either make him rich to save his life or snitch on your brother. No, to snitch. You would have to turn somebody in that was doing something. That was the third reason. Now, when you look at them, look at where we at today. So now you can get ahead by either making the master rich, and they'll give you now let me make this point before I go to that part. Now, mind you, even if you got a writ of meritorious malunition, remember now it was an illusion of freedom. Remember 12 years a slave. Just if you was black, you still was a slave and mad. But I mean, your master could give you a piece of paper. But when you walk down the road, another cracker see you and say, "Boy, what you doing?" You see what I'm saying? And now you can show him your paper. Now he can let you go, But come on, we all know he can snatch that damn piece of paper and rip it up, and now you ain't got no proof that you free, and he can say he own you. You see what I'm saying? So really, even though you was given the writ of malleatorious munition, you still was really in bondage, and you still wasn't really free. You see what I'm saying? So it was an illusion of freedom. It was a little bit, and even if they didn't take your paper and let you be free, you still didn't really prosper or benefit because you was black. You understand what I'm saying? During slavery. So there was really no benefit to you really, other than, you know, because you thought you was getting something. You see what I'm saying? An illusion of freedom. So here we are today. We sell out our brothers and sisters, and we get a bigger house and a bigger car. Illusion of freedom. But we still in bondage to the master. We still a nigga riding around, but we just got a little bit more than the niggas on the plantation. We got rid of meritorious malunition. We make the master rich, so we performing jobs, or we creating inventions, or we doing things for the man that's making them benefit and making them rich, and so they give us, we get a better paying job. You know what I'm saying? I make a little more money, got a bigger car, bigger house. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Or I saved the master's life. You see what I'm saying? So I done it some way. I done something this, you know, somewhere I done sacrificed, put myself on the line and saved the master's life. And so now, you see what I'm saying? And all of that still play right now today. Writ of meritorious malunition, my brother. Yep. It's real out here. So remember, the Boule is real. We got a group that is opposing us. At the same time, we trying to get ahead. And that's why when I said that movie the other day, The Burning Sands, that's why I said I seen the Boule all in it. See, most people ain't aware of this. So they'll watch that movie and now realize how you, bruh, only the black, bruh, how, if they control entertainment in Hollywood, what movies you think really get out in the mainstream like that?
Exactly. Theirs.
You only see what they want you to see. You see what I'm saying?
They movies the ones that's gonna be conflicting your mind. They movies,
they only show you what they want you to see, and then they know how to come right back and combat it. They put 13th on Netflix, and everybody seen 13th and talk about 13th, but where does you see the change at?
Exactly.
See what I'm saying? Because they know how to come right. They put 13th out, but then they'll hit the news with some more information, and then they'll air another episode of Love and Hip Hop and Empire, and people be right back distracted, right back to where they was. Or they put 13th out doing the Super Bowl or something. You know what I'm saying? Like they know what they doing, bro. That's why I say they got to count. They got to, for whatever they do, they always gonna have a counter to go with what we trying to do, to oppose the uprising, or to oppose us acquiring the truth of this knowledge and really being able to wake up.
Or if you notice, they also released a cartoon movie around the same time. You know what I'm saying? Or they just, you know how they do us, man. And the cartoon movies be having more in it than people be realizing too, man. It's just the mind is crazy.
Real talk, man.
When it comes to that mountain tours, man, it's so crazy how that plays a part in today's society, because like you said, you got to make the master rich, you got to save his life, or you got to do something to put down on your people. That's what everybody, the Boule, that's what they are based around. Not even the Boule. That's what everybody, a lot of people probably don't even realize that's what y'all is. You know what I'm saying? Y'all working for these corporations, you know what I'm saying, which is making them rich. Y'all want to be doctors, nurses, and y'all ain't trying to start no all black hospital. Y'all going to go apply that white.
You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying.
All these white owned nursing homes, all these white owned hospitals. You know what I'm saying?
See, why the answer is real deal separation and waking up, like you said, they trying to get us to continue to integrate. They trying to still get us to be accepted at the master's table.
Yeah, because
integration ain't never helped or benefited us in no way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? Our black colleges was growing bright. They wouldn't let us come to their colleges. Now we fight to go to their colleges and universities, and they getting rich, making millions and billions off of our athletes. And our black colleges and universities are struggling, and then they run just like slaves, running them through the football combine right on to the plantation. And what they do, like we say, because you making the master rich, you get a bigger house and a bigger car. See what I'm saying?
You want to know how disrespectful they is?
Now you identify yourself oh, I'm an NFL player, I'm better than the rest of y'all. I done made it. When the real deal, what do you got? You still ain't Michael Vick showed you, ain't other celebrities and other athletes show you still ain't got nothing. When they want to take it, they can take it. It ain't yours.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. Look, this how disrespectful they is with it. This is how disrespectful they is with it. The NBA and the NFL draft, the whole outline, the whole way it's set up. Look how it's slavery right in front of your face. Everybody that know the history of slavery know how slaves were sold off, man.
Yeah.
Put on a podium and everybody out there bidding. Except for now, the bidding is done behind doors, and then they get put on the podium once they get their little jersey or whatever. And they don't get put on the podium in front of everybody. They get the bid on them in front of everybody. They already bid on them behind closed doors. Because people be thinking, oh, yeah, them coaches, man, them elite people that own these teams and these organizations, man, these monks are sitting behind closed doors like, man, fuck that. I got $600 million for that nigga right there. That's a whole thoroughbred nigga. That nigga gonna make me $1 billion off endorsements and all that. I need that nigga.
You know what it is? Remember the movie Django?
Yeah.
The wrestlers.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. The Mandingo.
And they were separated. They were separated from the other slaves. Remember, after he killed Buddy, gave him a beer and everything. You know what I'm saying? Gave him a girl. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same. It's the same thing now. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. It's the same thing, man. We being paraded, but we thinking we shining and thinking we living and we balling because again, we identity crisis. This is how I identify myself. Think about it. Now, the brother that makes it, he identifies himself as that. I made it. I'm Cam Newton. I'm this. I'm that. But now the brother that messes up and don't make it, now he identify himself as a failure. He feel like he less than and he failed and he didn't make it and he ain't nothing because he was measuring himself by that. And when everybody thought that he was supposed to make it or he was supposed to be, now he feel he continued to live through his life struggling, having issues, depression, self-esteem, and so many other things. And they label it mental health, but of course it's mental health because it's psychological programming, because of an identity issue, because you were aspiring to be something that you was never meant to be anyway. What the hell is a basketball player? What is a football player?
Games that was in,
bruh, listen to what I'm saying. People don't understand. Listen to me, bruh. In the days of the Romans, which is what we following they rules still, in the days of the Romans, when they was starving the people, or when the people was in the threat of an uprising, what they would do was call the Colosseum, and they would have arena, and they would have gladiator fights, and they would have horse chariot races, and they would entertain the people. And then they would throw bread and they would throw spoiled and rotten fruit and vegetables to give to the people because the people would eat the spoiled vegetables and the spoiled fruit and the molded bread. They would eat what was there because they were being entertained and appeased. And they would do that to try to prevent the uprising of the people to entertain them. We know what entertainment is. And so now distractions is constant. So now we got Coliseum and arena on the regular. So now we got basketball season, the football season, the baseball season, the hockey, you see what I'm saying? At any point in time, we flick on the TV and we got plenty of Coliseum and arena to distract us. And that's the purpose of that's all a football player, basketball player is. I mean, in the reality and realm of life, in real reality of life, considering we all know that we take no riches with us. And so football is a game. You know what I'm saying? So what is a football player? You see what I'm saying? Tell me why a teacher make 35,000 and a football player make 35 million. Exactly. Meritorious malnutrition, baby. Exactly. He making the master rich and keeping us distracted so he get a bigger house and a bigger car. You see what I'm saying? So that he be appeased. See, that's the Mandingo. You got to understand. If the Mandingo is not distracted, then the Mandingo is the one that wants to uprise and fight and claim back his freedom. But because the Mandingo is distracted and is rewarded, you see what I'm saying, with riches and grandeur and pleasure, now he doesn't want his freedom. You see what I'm saying? Because he distracted to not want it. And I can speak personally because, you know, I'm a football player. I'm a college football player. So I know for a fact the distraction that football was. When football was my focus, I wouldn't have been where I'm at now. I wouldn't be thinking of these spiritual things. I wouldn't be talking about these truths because my focus was football. You understand what I'm saying? And because now football is no longer my focus, I'm not distracted. See what I'm saying? And this is what happens with our Mandingo. This is what happens with our warrior class. You see what I'm saying? They get distracted away. And I say this because an NFL player that goes to the NFL at 22, most of them started at 5 or 6. So we talking about his whole life been dedicated to a game.
Game.
You see what I'm saying? He done spent all of his extra time, energy, and effort, his knowledge and expertise, his wisdom, he done used to just a game.
Game.
He spent his extra time trying to learn to study a game, trying to get stronger, lifting weights for a game, going to practices, camps, and gyms. All his energy and time when instead of learning about the stars and astrology, learning about nature, learning about agriculture, being able to learn about who he is within, he distracted with learning about a game so he can push to the league. And then, like I say, through all of that, after college, if he don't make it to the league, now he feel like a failure in some instances. He feel like he less than. Whole life directed towards something that was never really meant to serve a purpose in life for real, for nothing, no way.
Exactly. How many viewers we got, bro?
3.
You got the link to that the live?
No, I don't. But hey, I mean, like I say, man, I think we hit good, man. I mean, I don't know. I'm finna get off, man.
I feel you. We can. Yeah, we definitely hit it good. People definitely got.